battled through all this shit that I went through, all this bullshit that I had to deal with, climbed the ladder, felt depression, whatever it may be. Now I'm here and I'm about to reach what I've been chasing after, but I'm still not mentally where I want to be. Like, where does that come from?
I think that I specifically was programmed with like certain milestones that you're supposed to hit, right? Like if you don't have six figures nowadays, like so I was getting success compared to what I was, but if I told my mom about it, I don't know if she would have felt like it was successful. She probably would say, "Well, how much did you make off of that?" You know what I'm saying? So I just felt like I was walking on eggshells, bro. Like I felt like this was fabricated. Like it's not going to last. There's nothing foundational. I'm going to drop right back down to where I was. Every day I was just so anxious, bro. Like if I didn't keep going, I was just going to lose it all.
Did you feel like you was working yourself to death?
I don't even know what I felt, bro. I just felt scared.
I only asked you because I be battling that too. That's why I asked, like, in terms of like how to deal with this. Yeah, like I battle that on the regular, bro. Like whether it's this, the podcast, whether it would just be everyday life, and I'm glad you said it because I be feeling anxious. I be like, where is this coming from? Like we work so hard to do X, Y, and Z. We put on a show, we execute things, but at the end of the day, it's just like, bro, why do I still feel this way? And it's like I can't pinpoint it. So it's like I don't know if y'all can pinpoint it, but I be thinking the same thing, man. I don't know what it is.
I mean, because I mean, from what I talked to with my old therapist, it's always like anxiety is always going to be like an irrational fear of something. And from how I personally understand it, it's going to be an exacerbated fear with no security. So it's like, ideally, there are some people who do have anxieties about things while they have that security. That's where the exacerbated thought of whatever you're going through is. A lot of times with us, it's like we're doing things that we have no fallback on. As creatives, as entrepreneurs, there's no fallback. It's like if your show goes to shit, God forbid, that's it. Like that's your name. You know what I'm saying? So it's like a lot of times it's like your fear's like, yo, this mic has to be right or else this is going to be bad. Everybody's going to look at this. I'm going to be a failure. Niggas going to laugh at me. And then my girl going to leave me. And then my family's going to leave me. And it's going to be this and it's going to be that. And you see how like it's intrusive thoughts just came just from the fact of like, you know what I mean?
Straight to the worst thing possible.
Yeah.
When does it have to go there?
Yeah. And that's what normally happens with people. Another example, I don't know if you guys watch This Is Us at any point in time.
Yeah.
Right? Yeah. So Randall and Beth used to always do this thing, right? And they used to call it worst case scenario. And they would be like, all right, in 3 seconds, we would just name the worst case scenario of what would happen in the situation. Because Randall deals with extreme high functioning anxiety. He would be like, yeah, the worst case scenario is X, Y, and Z. Beth will say X, Y, and Z. They okay, they do it. So like ideally, like what happens with anxiety a lot of times, it's always that irrational fear, you know? And I think that it's always that irrational worst case scenario without security for a lot of us.
With some of this stuff that we're doing, like as creatives, when we like I said, we complete something that we've been working so hard to get. Do you ever like not feel fulfilled?
You said, do we not feel fulfilled?
Yeah,
sometimes. I think it really depends because it's like with me, like, you know, like, I mean, you see how I work, and it's like when I work, I'm just tunnel vision. I be sweating, all that shit, like it's nuts. But it's like what happens is that we work that hard.